I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. You know what? Let me get my it's a little bit clearer, maybe. Moises Jimenez, thank you for being here. Hello, Jane. Hello, Barbara. Barbara Waite, a bunch of great people here. Brock, Kristen. Make sure I say hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Do me a favor if you can. Hit the like button. You know what we're doing when we do that, right? The okie doke. What an interesting morning I'm having. Weird. Just a few days ago, I talked about depression, how it's sort of sometimes it can have a stigma, and we don't really like talking about it. You know what I mean? And this morning, hi Marv. Good morning. Good to see you. This morning, I woke up and I slept 3 hours longer than I normally do. When I tell you I get up around 4 or 5, I'm not playing. I get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. Hi, Rocket Queen. Thanks for being here. I got up this morning 3 hours later than normal. And when I did, I felt like a blanket. Natalie, good morning. Gaufi, B. Hendricks. I felt like a blanket on me of just darkness. I'm not trying to be dramatic. And I said to Tommy, hi, Tony Suter. I said, I'm not doing a stream today. You could just tell something was wrong with me. And he said, why not? I said, I'm depressed. If something's troubling you and you can pinpoint it, to me, that it's easier because I can pinpoint it. Good morning, Robert Pop Springs. I can't put my finger on this, and I haven't felt like this in a long time. And hi, Lisa. Good morning. And let me tell you a story. The great thing about parables or stories, and it doesn't matter if they're true or not because they have a message. The Burnt Leg Lakota tribe. It's kind of an interesting story. You may have heard it. Hi, Rick Smith. They were surrounded by a fire and just completely surrounded them. And there was no way out. And they were all facing death. Good morning, Roberta. So the elders of the tribe, it's a great story. The elders of the tribe said, we're going to run through it. Give me some water. And so they said, we're all going to get together. We're going to run right at it. He said, so he said, the oldest are going to run first. And the very, very last are going to be the youngest. Thank you. I appreciate it. So that they could get through it. The idea was that a lot of us are going to die. Ideal. But we're going to get through it. So they ran headlong at it. And the way the story goes, that it wasn't as bad as it. A lot of there were some deaths for sure, but it worked. And they survived, and that's where the burnt leg. Their legs were burned from the fire. Now, whether that's true or not, it doesn't matter. It's a great story, but I've said forever, run at your problems. I don't feel like doing this right now. I really don't, but I don't know what else to do. So, and I've said forever, run at your problems. Don't run away from it. Sure. I'm running at it. And the reason I am is that somebody watching feels like this. Good morning, Chili Phil. Somebody watching feels like crap right now. I'm running at it. He said, do a video. Now is when you need to do a video. A lot of things I'd rather be doing right now than this. But he said, you're going to connect with people. The thing you need, don't run from it. He's right. Everybody goes through it sometimes. And when it happens to me, it doesn't happen often, you know what I mean? But when it happens to me, I wonder why it's happening. Because my life, I have a pretty good life, It's troubling, you know. I don't have a reason to feel like I do. I think about all the concussions I've had, way too many, you know. And it really doesn't matter what it's caused from. It doesn't matter if it's from concussions or what. I ate something funny last night. There's my guru right there. See that? I wouldn't be doing this stream if it weren't for my guru. Sorry. But this is connection is what's going to make everything better. It helps with sobriety. It helps with the opposite of addiction is connection. Well, I think the opposite of depression is connection too. So I could have sat in my room, you know, wondering what to do next, which is what I would be doing. Hi, Rick. That's what I'd be doing right now if I wasn't doing this. I'd be sitting in my room, not knowing what to do. But like it or not, this is what's happening. I know that I know somebody's going to see this. It may not be today because I'm not going to delete this video, right? It's going to be around for a while. Somebody may be going through it and type the word depression or something, and this may pop up. But if you're going through it, go through it. You know what I mean? It's easy to say run at your problems. It's a different thing to do it. You know what I mean? Here's the weird thing. You ready for the weird thing? I'm already starting to do this a little bit. Starting to rise a little bit. Hi, Stephen. So it's, you know, when there's an issue, it's easy to spell out what should be done, but practicing it is a little bit different. Dilrod, of course, bro. A lot of people emailed me about the other night. Dilrod's one of them, but we're moving in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. Rocket Queen. Last 3 days, I can't see. I'm wondering why I'm squinting. Last 3 days, I've been going through it mentally. It's uncertainty and depression. You know, we all go through it. I'm feeling better. You know, I feel bad. I wish everybody that was going through depression could turn on a camera and stare into it. It's not the camera, it's you guys. I feel you. That's why we do this, right? So I know the steps that I need to do. I need to, you know, touch grass, you know, change my, you know, occupy my senses, do something different, hear something different, smell something different. Applying those things is different, though, especially when you really don't feel like it. Natalie, maybe instead of sending you guys good energy, I sent you my menopause energy by mistake. Thank you, Natalie. You want to hear a funny menopause story? I was a little kid. Tommy was littler. We were sitting at the kitchen table. I don't know. I wish I knew how old Tommy was when this happened, but it was hilarious. I was sitting at the kitchen table with Tommy and my dad. Today I'm going to the farmer's market, by the way. I was sitting at the kitchen table with my brother and my dad, and my mother came downstairs. And it was strange. She was just having a morning. She came in and started, you know, threw stuff around, complained about stuff, and just you could, I mean, and anybody there knew she was not having a good day. It was a bad day for my mom. So cool. Journal for the first time in 4 months. I'm proud of you, Natalie. I'm going to journal as soon as this is over. I couldn't journal this morning when I woke up. It's an indication something's wrong. My mother comes in. We're sitting at the table. She comes in, slams stuff around, yelling. Not really yelling. She was just really unhappy. Stormed out of the room, and no one said a word. We were like, and my brother, Tommy Scoville, said, it's decoupage. I said, what? He goes, it's decoupage, the change of life. I said, you moron, it's menopause. He said it was decoupage. It was one of the funniest things that ever happened. It tickled me to death. It really was funny. When you said menopause, that's what I thought of. Very, very funny. It was just quite a moment. Do you feel overwhelmed by all the work you have ahead of you? I don't think so. I don't know how in touch I am with what I'm feeling. I just know here I feel like a coward now because I'm already feeling better. You know, good to see you, Flaming Koala. Hi, Andy Jones. Andy says it feels like you're struggling to make good content since you moved. I hope things get better. You might, it may be feeling that on your end. It doesn't feel like that on my end. I'm surrounded by tons of amazing things for content. So, but that's an indication that I need to make better content, right? But I don't feel like I'm struggling. That certainly doesn't feel like it to me. I'm enjoying the content that I'm making, whether other people are or not. From the beginning, I said I was doing this for fun and having a load, more fun than I deserve. But that's how some people could perceive it, and that's okay. That is funny, though, honestly, the decoupage. Allow yourself to feel what you need to feel. It will help and maybe pinpoint what's going on. Then you can get through it. Sometimes it will take time. Yeah, I mean, we're all human. Everybody that says they don't go through it, they're kind of full of it because it happens. It's part of life. Let's see here. There you go, Chili Phil. Johnny needs to eat a chocolate chip jelly and a warthog to get that endorphin dump. You know what? I haven't had an endorphin dump from pods since I've been here. Barbara says maybe the adrenaline from the move is wearing off and leaving a void. I don't know. It could be, you know. There's my big brother, my little brother, taking up for his big brother. With all due respect, he might be missing. Maybe that could be him taking a shot. It happens. A lot of times, people's comments speak more to them than they do what the intended comment. I'm up and down with depression these days. Life is extremely stressful and will be for a while. I'm praying for you. You know, here's the thing. We're all going through it. I literally have never seen you happier until today. Yeah, this is the first time I can't, got to turn my speakers up to 11. Well played. You know, I don't know what it is, but I know that hiding from it sucks. I know that hiding from it's never going to get me anywhere. No one can tell what goes on in between the person you were and the person you become. No one can chart that blue and lonely section of hell. There are no maps of the change. Yeah, you know, it's interesting. I'm glad I'm helping. I mean, there's a lot of good things. I did a video the other day, and a lot of people. We're up to 7 people now that have reached out for assistance, and it's a wonderful thing. I'm glad for that. Here we go. 1 depressed video out of 20, as opposed to 1 happy video out of 20, might have been different. You're changing what is important to you, and it doesn't drive. It doesn't drive with what's important to everyone else. It does with everyone else. Yeah, you know, here's the thing. The worst thing I can do is not talk about it. You know what I mean? Because here's the thing. We talk about social media. What do you do on social media? You see people's food. You see people's vacation, the view from their balcony. But what don't you see on social media? Like, you know, my son got arrested last night, or my daughter is pregnant, you know, or I'm depressed. Everybody wants to put the best stuff forward, and it's fluff, and it's not real. So this is just a dose of real. It is what it is. You know, I know that if I'm going through it, I've told a story a bunch. I ran a bunch of offices in the whole region, and the guy put me in the position. He said, if it's happening in one office, it's happening in all of them. Well, it's human condition. I promise you, there's somebody. I mean, I know people in the chat, like some very close, very personal. I'm very close to some of the people in the chat, and I've talked about depression, so I know that I'm not the only one that's going through it. You know, Cindy says, smile at Tommy until he smiles back, or gets too worried as to what you were planning. And I got plans for Tommy. If I get to this farmer's market and get some hot peppers, I'm going to make him eat some. It's like an internal battle. I wish my brain could just all get along. Yeah, I mean, it is an internal battle, but Tommy, you know, he is my guru, whether he wants to hear it or not. And I heard some amazing things that he said that stick with me. My brain is not my friend. It just isn't. You know what I mean? And that's important. My brain is not my friend, but I'm in control of what happens to me, you know, and that's the bottom line. Change your physiology, and it will change your psychology. Push your chest out and keep your chin up and breathe deeper and put a smile on your face. It's good advice. It's a hard thing to do when you can't, right? It's a difficult thing to do when everything that's inside you is kind of recoiling and pulling in. But talking about it is what helps. Pointing out as well, although I may have started sad here, I can see a change in you too. I heard you laugh a few times. Well, how can you not laugh at that decoupage? And that really happened. It was one of the funniest things that I ever saw. Cindy G says peppers help with pain. I heard a legend tell me that helps with at times. Who told you that? Josh St. Laurent, thank you for being here. The best way to cheer yourself up is to try to cheer someone else up. Boy, isn't that the truth? It's kind of what's happening here, right? I'm glad you're here, Johnny, and talking openly to us. It makes a difference for you and us. Thank you for saying that. I'm not even going to address that, Shelton. They never should have made Caddyshack 2. It's not faking it until you make it. It's living as if it's already happened. Yeah, I've used the fake it till you make it thing for a long, long time. But a huge smile on your face makes it very difficult to be depressed. It really does work. That's a fact. If you walk around intentionally smiling, you'll feel different. Moises Hamona says, if anything, I feel energized since you invite us to connect with you via email. I'm seeking that type of connection. Thank you. We're going to get through it. I promise you. Marv says, I look at it as part of myself, at least acknowledge the presence of depression and then let it blow away. I can't let it own me. That's the thing. I certainly can't because it's very easy to do that. Caddyshack 2 is Happy Gilmore. Yeah, you know what? I liked Happy Gilmore, but there are some movies that just should not have a remake. That's just how I feel anyway. Here we go. Barbara says, probably not the healthiest response, but the last time I got that down, I got really angry for letting anything or anyone put me there. Yeah, you know what? I can feel that. There was definitely a part of me going, why, like, pissed off that I'm feeling the way I'm feeling because I hate that. Cindy says, walk helps, and out smiling and wishing others a good day always brightens my day. Here's the thing. You know what it is? It's connection. Because when I got up, I had Tommy, right? But the second I greeted Tommy, I wanted to run back in my room. My cat can even tell something's going on. I'm not joking. My cat is doing what you can tell that she knows something's going on with me. She can't sing and dance, but she's giving me a little extra love. So, do I believe in psychic vampires? Just wondering if anyone else. I'd have to look at it. I know this. There are people that absolutely can suck the life out of you. It's true. There's no doubt about that. Anyhow, so here's the bottom line of what we're talking about. Running at it. Because I can tell you something. I definitely feel better now than I did. Look, I've only been sitting in front of this thing with a red light on for 18 minutes and 42 seconds, and I feel better. But do you know where I'd be if this wasn't turned on? Thank God for Tommy, because I wouldn't have made this video. I said I'm not making one. I don't even know if I'll make one tonight. Thank God for Tommy, because if I wasn't sitting in front of the camera, do you know where I'd be? I'd be in my room, sitting around doing nothing, just wallowing in it. That's no way to do it. Sheldon says, life is full of ups and downs. Some days are diamonds and some days are candy corn. Yeah, I mean, you know, if every single day was sunny, you wouldn't appreciate it as much. You know, if you get some rainy days in there, the sunny days seem a little bit more beautiful, you know. So I'm already feeling better, you know, but because of days like this, the days where you feel great are a little bit, you know, a little better, I think. We love you. Get sunshine. Thank you, Marv. Josh says, I'm strong. Here's the thing. There are times where I feel strong. Thank you for saying that. There are times where I feel strong. There are times when I don't. The other thing is this. When people look at you, like, you know what? You have to have good candy corn. When people look at you, it's a responsibility. You know what I mean? Candy corn rocks. You know what? For my whole life, I thought candy corn was a dirty trick played on kids at Halloween. It was something that was supposed to be decorative, and you end up throwing it in the kid's bag. When I was a kid, it was a bummer to get candy corn, you know? Can I tell you something? Candy corn is amazing, but there's a difference between candy corn and candy corn. We've had some that is just incredible. Um, that's a good one. Gratitude's important. I was talking to a very good friend of mine yesterday, and they were having trouble journaling. I said, make a list of stuff you're happy about, that you're grateful for. It's an important thing. So just sitting here. Now the thing is, I feel like a coward that I was ever letting it get to me at all, because I feel much better now than I did 21 minutes ago. True story. Candy corn. Candy corn. It's a candy. All right. It's got a couple different flavors, different colors. All right. But it's all the same flavor. And it looks like corn. All right. It's the idea. It's supposed to look like corn. Flamin' Koalas in Australia. Maybe they don't have it there. So it's just a little candy corn. And for the longest time, I thought it was just stuff for decoration, but it's not. It's incredible tasting, but you have to have good candy corn. Look at this. I disagree a little. Sometimes just a smile and a chin up makes things harder for me in the past. I try to do other things. I'm very proactive with my mental health, and that helps. If you were with me and we were in the same room and you were going through it, I'd make you smile. Here's the thing. I think I know what you're saying. If you're going through it and someone says, just smile, you're like, just smile. What's that going to do? So I kind of know what you're feeling. You know what I mean? Fresh candy corn is amazing. If you let it sit around, I think, what the problem was with the candy corn that I always saw was decoration. They put it away and then brought it back out the next year. And that's probably why I feel like that. If you get good, fresh candy corn, it's astonishing. It's so good. Yeah, there you go. The color of the candy corn is white, orange, and I think there are 3 colors to candy corn. I'm not, but I thought it was a corn dip in sugar. No, it's just it's pure sugar is all it is. See that? You can't be unhappy listening to the Bee Gees. It's magic. You know what? There was a day where I never would have admitted to liking the Bee Gees. I love the Bee Gees. Absolutely love the Bee Gees. You know what's great about the Bee Gees? They're not like disco. They're their own thing. It's kind of like saying Johnny Cash is country. He's not. He's Johnny Cash. It's like his own thing. That's the Bee Gees, the way I see it. Aaron says gratitude always helps a lot. It's true. It's true. I mean, I've got so much to be thankful for. I really do. Dale, I think you should seek counsel, dude. By the end of the day, I'll have eaten about 25 peppers, maybe 30. I've been there. Seek help, my friend. Reach out to me. I'm still waiting on that email, dude. I'm not kidding. I'm waiting on that email. It's okay if you don't want to email me. That's all right. I don't mind. Tommy, Dale, go for 100. It's just as easy to do or say no. Yeah, I want to watch it. Something's going on my shoulder. So everybody goes through it. It's a part of the human condition. I encourage you to run at it next time. I'm trying to run at it now. And here's the thing. When I do turn this thing off, I'm not going to stay on too long. I feel guilty that this was to help me get out. I did this. This is a selfish video, man. This is a selfish one. I did this to try to make me feel good. It worked. It's because I got a great guru who helps me. Oh, he's still watching. Sorry, Tommy. Yeah, Odessa is. You know what? I just love everything they did. It's an amazing, amazing band. Is it a band even? Cindy G. Wow, I only do sweet peppers. Still couldn't do that many. Me either. When I was at the height, like the peak of me eating chilies, I couldn't eat 100 peppers in one day. Couldn't do it. Chili Phil says, I'm just need tolerant earthy tasting pods. I like earthy pods. I do. What I've liked about peppers has changed a lot over time. Dale says, I don't think I want to do that unless I'm at a contest. It sounds like you're always in the contest, Dale. I mean, I'm a guy who ate a lot of chilies, but you go at it hard. No doubt about it. Galthy says, I don't know how you do it, Dale. Me either. Me either. All right. So, I've learned a lot this morning. This is an amazing morning for me because I've learned a lot. Look at that. Gratitude helped me the other day. Yeah, I'm going to do that. When I get up, I journal. It's what I do. You know what? I didn't journal today when I got up. I couldn't touch my journal. I looked at it and quickly looked away. But as soon as I'm done, I'm going to journal. This has been a very interesting day for me. It's funny. The question earlier was, am I feeling stress of all the stuff I've got to do? When I did that video the other day about talking about my addiction, I got so many emails. I got a lot of emails from people that are looking for help. I'm doing everything I can to help them. If you're trying to quit alcohol, by the way, please do me a favor, consult a doctor. It's one of the only things that you can die from with withdrawals. But helping people, I got tons of emails that aren't even looking for help. They were just looking to connect. You know what I mean? And that's great too. It's an important thing, but I'm telling you, the opposite of addiction. Do you realize, we say the opposite of addiction is connection. Do you know what connection fixes? Everything. It's absurd how much. It's not just depression. There are so many ailments that connection seems to be the answer for. And that's the tragedy, because when COVID happened, the plandemic, I'm already going to get this thing demonetized anyway, but when that happened, and that was put on us, what happened was isolation became so huge for so many people. I mean, it was already bad, but there are so many people that don't get any connection at all. And that's horrific. That's scary to me. Thank God we have this. There are aspects of social media that is so horrible, but this is really important. What would you recommend as a beginner, hot sauce or pepper? Josh, that's a great question. Almost any sauce you get in mainstream stores are pretty good for beginners because they don't really have scary hot sauces in stores, like big box stores like Walmart and all those. Start with Tabasco. That was my gateway sauce. And peppers, any of the Tabascos are great. My dad, his green was his favorite. And Tabasco is a wonderful starter. Jalapenos are a great starting point. Even a jalapeno can be very, very hot. They're sneaky. So if you get a jalapeno, what you need to do is just get a sliver of one. Don't eat the whole thing unless you want to eat the whole thing, but just a sliver will start you on the process. Here we go, Shelton. The Bee Gees are a necronomicon of the music industry. If you listen to Staying Alive backwards, you'll be driven insane. I think that's what happened to Shelton long, long ago. I'd like to do a FaceTime with you, Shelton. I'd like to see what you look like. Wait, did you find your farmer's market? I did. I didn't go there yet, but we found it yesterday. On the way to church, we drive by. She's like, oh, there's the farmer's market. I'm like, so it's only about 7 blocks from here, so I'm going to go hit that today. Maybe it's selfish, but it helps others too. Thank you. I feel, look, I'm glad I did this. I could do 100 Shih Tzu peppers. I think that's what you're talking about. They're great. When I was in the Philippines, Laboyo is a pepper. It's the bird's eye, but they call it the Laboyo. And they had a contest there they have every year called the Laboyo 100, where you eat 100. You have, I think, 10 minutes to eat 100 of them. So the first time I went to the Philippines, I ate 100 of them. The second time I went there, I ate 200 of them. When they did the morning, it's a big deal. They give you, it's cool there. It's a wonderful thing. And I have Laboyo on one of these tattoos. It says Laboyo. Here we go. The reason you have to go live when you're hurting like this is because it's going to connect to people just as much as you coming out here smiling and having a great day. Trust me. I do. Every time he says something, I listen. It's important. Dale Cox says he has 600 plants going. Why? I'm surprised you don't have 6,000, Dale. Well, I'll take it. I'll buy it. Josh says, thanks. I love jalapenos, but ghosts are a little much. Yeah, well, here's the thing. Ghost peppers are one of my favorite tasting pods. Okay, they really, really, really taste good. What you can do is just start with, you can start, can I tell you something? If you didn't have any peppers and the only pepper you ever had were the hottest pepper in the world, like a warthog, you can still start and climb the ladder with a warthog. You just got to get a little slice at a time. So if right now, Josh, if ghost peppers are a little much, they won't be a little much if you eat that much of one. And you'll still get the flavor. You'll get an idea of the heat without the full commitment. Barbara, church was great. It was really neat. It was the cool thing about church was I was surrounded by a lot of people who speak English. The pastor did it in English. There were people there that had translators, a little thing in their ear so I could translate it. But it was great. You know what? You know why it was great? It was a connection. It's the truth. Barbara says, and if you tell us we help, give us a boost. It gives us a boost. Nice the way that works. It is. You guys saved me today. That's the truth. Galthy's at Ghost right now. Ghosts are great peppers. Look at this. Get Tommy, the guru, to say hi on the screen. Here's the thing. He doesn't like being called a guru. I get it. There he is. You ask, you get it. Everybody's a guru. Do you understand that? Everybody is. Everybody in this, every single person that's hearing me right now has said something to somebody where they had you're kidding. They had that light bulb, aha moment. And that's important. Everybody's a student and everybody's a teacher. It's a fact. That's kind of how it works. And if you think you're at the point where you're no longer a student, see, I always want to be learning. I always want to be moving forward. And it's important. So I feel a whole lot better. What's the bottom line? It's connection. Honestly, I might sit down today and think of all the different ailments that connection is the cure. I'm telling you, it's like it fixes everything. It certainly helps a lot. So I'm going to run at it all the time. That's what I'm going to do. Next time I feel like this, I'm going to turn on. Honest to God, if Tommy wasn't here, if he had taken a walk somewhere today, and he wasn't around when I wouldn't have made this video. Thank God I did. The thing is, I feel better. I promise you, I feel so much better than I did when I started. But I hope everybody else feels like that. I'm glad you're here, Josh. Seriously, and do try that with the ghost peppers. I think you'll be surprised. Chili Phil, I have 3 peach warthogs I'm going to eat tomorrow night on a live stream. Tonight's going to be a purple gator jigsaw. Can I tell you something? A purple gator jigsaw is a great pepper. That's to me, that's such a great pepper. I love that. You meeting your new neighbors too. That's awesome. I was wondering English or Spanish for the service. Routines help us too, Johnny. Boy, you know what? Tell me about it. I've had a routine that has been like, and in the last 4 days, my routine is off. And I think that's a huge factor. I really do. I like routine. I really do. I like knowing, like going from one thing to another, and that's been thrown off. So I need to get back to my routine. Jane, sounds like a good journal prompt, Johnny. How about it? It really is. Look for the light, says Josh. Absolutely. All right. Listen, thank you all for being here. You guys, if anybody has any questions or comments you want to, please put them in there if you have any questions. But I'm going to get going. I have a lot of emails to respond to. It's interesting. I don't know if I told you, the people that I'm helping, the majority of them are opiates, are addicted to opiates. I have 2 that are on Kratom, however you call it. I have a couple that are dealing with alcohol, and 1 person that is trying to give up marijuana. And the great news about it is, they all have an attitude. They all want help, and we're all moving forward. So that's a beautiful thing. Pray for them. Look at this. Cindy G says, these two Scovilles just teaming up to bring us together and help us all around. Hugs, love, and stay safe. Thank you, Cindy. I'm trying. We're trying. Archie's mom, I'm late. You're right on time, Archie's mom. Not late at all. Thank you, Stephen Marshall. Look at this. Down under. It's 12:33. You all please be safe. Take care, and I hope you to get another. Yeah, I'll be live tonight. It'll be morning for you, but I'll be live this evening. Boy, I'll tell you what. It's sometimes you give people, you tell people what they can do to move forward, and you say it so often that just every once in a while you need to feel it to remind yourself. You know what I mean? I'm glad today went the way it did. It may sound crazy to you, but I'm glad. I'm really thankful for Tommy to make. I'm telling you, if he wasn't here, I wouldn't have done it. And before he talked about the burnt leg Lakota tribe. If you missed that, hey, look at this. Oh, she came to say hi, right? What's going on? You a good girl? She's been taking care of me. Last night, it's really funny. She parks herself right by my head. That's where she sleeps. You a good girl? Huh? You haven't done this in a while. I want to see how big she's getting. Get back in your basket there, honey. Animals make things better. It's really funny. When I tell you that she knew, I should have known last night. I wasn't feeling bad last night. It hadn't the depression that I'm feeling. I'm not even feeling it now. Honestly, I'm feeling so much better. But it started last night. I wasn't aware of it. She was acting weird, and I didn't. That's what was going on. I'm telling you, she knew. Cats are amazing. Animals are in general. Okay, Steven says, I got money and work problems. I'm praying for you, man. You know what? Here's the thing. I hate when people say, I know I got the same thing. It's different. Everybody's problem is different. And so, I have my problems, and they're, even though they may be similar, they're different. So hang in there. That's a thing we hear. Come on. No, nothing. Gotcha. It's one thing to say, I know what you're going, I feel for you. It sticks the most with me. When my dad died, I had so many people say, oh, yeah, my dad died too. I know what you're going through. And I was like, no, you don't. You don't know what I'm going through. I mean, you had your dad, but I had my dad. So that's why I got to be careful. And some, like when he said, I've got work and money issues. I'm sorry, hang in there. Is there a Katy Perry channel? There is, but here's the thing about it's called the Dopamine Coon Cat. Katy Perry, and squirrels in there too. So I do have a channel just for the cats. But the problem with that is when I did that back home, I follow them everywhere. If you go look at the videos on that channel, if you can piece together my entire home that I lived at in Tucson, and I'm keeping my cards very close to my chest. People have seen right here, they've seen the balcony, and that's it. And I'm not. I don't want to show everybody my entire place. People have asked for a tour of where Tommy and I live, and maybe one day I'll give a tour, but that day isn't today. I put too much of myself out there. I have, you know what I mean? And it's a weird thing being a content creator because I want to share, right? So I share, but people want more than what I'm sharing. And I'm just trying to protect myself. That's all. Here we go. Steven, I overdrafted at vet and I can't get any work all week. I made $42. Man, I'll tell you what, I know how to pray for you now, Steven. And the rent's $3,200. Well, I know how to pray for you. I'll pray specifically. Hang in there, bro. I mean it. Hang in there. It's a tough one. No one on earth gave a face to Peppers like you, Johnny. It's been fun watching. I have tons of baggage, negative, but I won't let it bring me down. I got doctors to complain to. Thank you. Hang in there. And you know what? Here's the thing about the Peppers. It's funny. I get this comment. So you guys just see the comments right here. When you're a content creator, anytime anybody ever leaves a comment, I get a notification of on my phone. And every day people will leave comments on videos that are 7 years old, 8 years old. You know what I mean? And I think if they watch now, they'll see a video where I'm not eating peppers and they think, oh, so you're done? I'm not done eating peppers. Not even close. I got a lot of peppers to eat. I have a different focus now. But hang in there, Stephen, please. Katie. That's why steamy romance authors use pseudonyms, self-protection. Well, Johnny Scoville, that's not my name. It's not my name. It's my name now, but it wasn't my name then. Gouthie, you totally have the right to your privacy. Here's the thing, though. I understand that. I wish it was the kind of world where I could give you a tour where it wouldn't be a problem. It would be a problem. Burrell, the man, the myth. Chiliad. See, he gets it. But yeah, listen, hang in there, Stephen. Everybody's going through it, but everybody's going through it differently. Stephen's problems, man, they're Stephen's problems and they're heavy. And everybody in this chat's got issues. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but we all have things that we're working through. One of the great things, a guy named Greg said to me once, whatever you're working through, work through it. Don't let it be a wall that you just get stuck in. And I'll tell you what, listen to me. If I didn't go live this morning and I didn't do this video, I'd be staring at that wall. I'd be stuck. Cindy nailed it. Let's see what Cindy nailed. Johnny, give up peppers. Same point in time, he gives up breath. He doesn't just live on peppers. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. People just want, I don't know. I've been typecast is what it is. People only want peppers. But, I said this the other day, but I kid you not, there are people that only watch this channel because of the cat. I have people that only watch the cat videos. They see a cat, they jump on it. See peppers, they're not into it. I have people that only watch for the guitar, which is funny because I'm not that good at, not that good at it. But it's just, this is a buffet. This is a buffet. You consume the content you want and you pass on the content that you don't want. I don't expect people to come here and watch every single video. That's why there's a ton of different kind of content. You pass on the stuff you don't want, you watch the stuff you do. I'm going to wrap it up now. Hold on. Geeky Art. This is some support for Stephen. I feel for you and others going through challenges. It's hard for me to get hired with different ailments and deformities. It's a challenge to build a garden into work, but I try. Hang in there, please. Here's the deal. Life is a challenge, man. Even when things are going great, life is a challenge. But you know what helps? Do me a favor. Put a 1 in this chat if you believe that the connection is what makes it happen. Because maybe I'm nuts, but I really feel that's everything. Dane says, a lady friend might help. Sure helps when I'm down from time to time. Thank you for that. Guitar is amazing. I love guitar. Look at all the people that need connection. How beautiful that is. I'm not on like Facebook anymore or Instagram. I have an Instagram and a Facebook. I just don't touch it. But there was one, I used to put this up all the time. Like every 6 months, I would post this because it was beautiful. And it said, isn't it beautiful how it hurts, but we keep trying? That's the human condition. It hurts. Even when things are great, it hurts. But we keep on trying. And you know what? We lean on each other to get through it. Like honestly, everybody who was in this, that popped in, thank you so much. You saved me today. And thank you for Tommy, man. Thank you, bro. Trying is the thing that matters. Doing nothing only makes things worse. Yeah, you're right. And like I said it already, but if I didn't do this video, I'd be in my room still, like looking out the, just depressed. Got a great guru. I do. You are far more than a pepper guy. Have a blessed day, Johnny. Thank you, Tony Suter. You are a sweetheart, and I mean it. All right, hold on. Barbara says, I think most of us are feeling better, or at least better able to face the day. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you. Here's the thing. I can't give back to you guys what you guys have done to me. I wish I could. You've all helped me so much. You really have. I'm so different right now than I was 45 minutes ago. This is maybe the best one of them all. I'm thankful you two have each other. I am too. I am too. Do you realize how like I get him all the time? Like I get to be around him all the time. You know how good that is? How much that helps me? How much that keeps me stable and balanced? Unbelievable. Like I wish you guys could have full access like I do, because when I tell you, if he's talking to himself in a different room, I ear hustle. I stand and listen to what he's saying, because when he says something, it always has a good effect on me. Josh says, I like that my grandfather always said that it's a great life if you don't weaken. Ooh. I'm going to take a picture of that one. And then I'm going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate you guys. Look at this. Love is in the air. You got that right. It absolutely is. For those of you that emailed me, that I see you. I'll be spending time today emailing you guys back. Talking to some of you. Stay strong. You know what? My coffee maker died this morning. Our coffee maker gave up the ghost. Yeah. You know what?
$16. She said, doesn't buy a coffee maker like it used to.
Yeah, right. We need to get a new one today. Cindy says, you do help us, even if you don't realize it, Johnny. Thank you so much. Can I tell you something? That was weird. I've had people say, you know, your videos got me through something. I'm like, how? It doesn't matter how. If it helps, it helps. You know what? You guys get me through stuff like you can't even imagine. I can't fathom. Yeah, every one of you are gurus. Do you realize how many guru comments happened today? You guys have any idea? Do you? I hate watching myself. I don't like it. I hate the sound of my own voice. I don't like it. But when this video is over, I'll click it. I'm going to hit mute. And I'm going to watch I'll just pay attention to the comments. There were so many gurus that showed up today. I'm grateful for all of you. And this is what we're going to end it on. God bless everyone. You got that right. Now we're going to end this the right way. Please join me tonight. I'll be back. Okay, I promise. And between now and next time, oh, you know what? There was a cat in the basket. She didn't want to cooperate, but she did make an appearance today. Tyler, you are a Pepper Community Chili Head. Thank you so much. Boy, I'll tell you something. That's even worse than legend. I know you mean that in the nicest way, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, Tyler. More than you know. Thank you for saying that. It's just one of those words that's a big one. You know what I mean? That's even worse than legend. Thank you for saying that, though. You know what, though? Every one of you are icons to me. You guys have done more for me than you'll ever even know. So thank you Tyler. You made my morning. Thank you for being here. All right. And the coffee maker is out. It is. It's depressing. I'm going to wrap it up now. I love you guys. Please be kind. Thank you for helping me today. Be kind and connection. Get some connection. We all need it. And this video happened because of him. I'll say it one more time. My guru. See you guys later. Thank you so much.